This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Saleh and Hanny Balkis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. Today is the big day.
Happy Apple Valentine's Day.
Thank you very much. It was yesterday.
It was.
But today we are celebrating.
I'm actually very disappointed.
I'm not.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, it's gonna be a very fun show, guys, because I have lots to, I might say it's complain / just be frustrated about. Because I mean, what? Tim Cook, what? Like, why, what, how? It took him a year to come out and say this about the iPhone, this about the Apple Watch, and that about the Apple iPad.
Well, we know, Omnia, right? When we have iPhone 12 to 12 to 13, the version in the middle is always, subpar.
It's a disappointment.
They add a little bit extra things and they say, here you go.
Nothing is extra. It's like buying an empty box and putting a sticker on it that says iPhone 13. That is literally how I felt the entire time watching the live event yesterday, or the launch event.
I liked it. I think it was great.
I don't know how we're going to stay hosts after the show, but
we're going to get into it in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. But we're also talking about how UAE astronauts have learned to operate the International Space Station's robotic arm. Now, I never knew that they had a robotic arm, believe it or not.
They definitely have. And it's actually very exciting to see that our very own astronauts right here in the UAE are learning how to do that. Coming up in the world of applications, lots is happening as well. We're going to be sharing, let's say, an oldie but a goldie, because there's this application that Hani was talking about yesterday where you can basically stream movies,
Don't give them too much, Omnia.
Okay, even download them.
Don't tell too much.
I won't say the name of the app.
Don't say too much, Omnia.
I won't say the name of the app. You got to stay tuned to find out more about. We're going to tell them what it is, but in just a few moments. You're going to have to stay tuned for a while.
Yes, and for our How Do You Text segment, we're going to be telling you to stop and update your iPhone to iOS 14.8 right now, because Apple has issued an urgent iPhone software update to address critical spyware vulnerability.
Again, I'm very disappointed by Apple because I downloaded this update.
All right, off there, we're going to have to, fist fight.
I downloaded this update and now my phone is just, all apps are going crazy. Anyway.
I think you're being a little bit self-conscious, Omnia.
I'm being a little bit angry at Apple. Anyways, we're also going to be talking about Twitter and a new feature that they have launched that can basically kind of create like a little club with you and everyone who's interested in the same content that you are. Lots and lots is in store right here on today's show, so make sure you keep Pulse 95 locked and we'll be right back.
But Omnia, you know that Tim Cooks is begging you to calm down.
Calm down.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
What are we talking about? Do you want Apple or do you want the UAE?
Let's keep the Apple for later, But ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about how UAE astronauts have learned to operate the International Space Station's robotic arm. Now,
this is great news.
Yeah, and I personally never knew that the International Space Station had a robotic arm. And apparently it's a tool used to capture supply cargo vehicles. Emirati astronauts are learning to operate the International Space Station's robotic arm to capture cargo vehicles in the future missions.
Yes, indeed. Now, our two UAE astronauts, the well-known Hazan Mansouri and Sultan al-Niyadi, are actually currently receiving a training as part of a 30-month course at the NASA Johnson Space Center in Houston. And as a part of that training, they're actually learning how to function this robotic arm. So they're using this robotic arm to capture this spacecraft that goes by the name Cygnus. And it's basically a cargo supply vehicle. So it holds food for the astronauts and it holds different science experiments. And during this vehicle capture exercise, they're basically simulating the use of the Canadian robotic arm that is typically used in a special laboratory. So this operation is actually very critical. It requires a lot of attention, a lot of focus, so that you can actually avoid collision with the International Space Station, which could potentially lead to a disaster if, God forbid, someone makes such a mistake.
Yeah, and again, Major Hazad Mansouri, by the way, became the first Arab to go to the International Space Station back in 2019 when he did spend 8 days there. But we do know that the UAE has two new astronauts who go by the name of Mohammed al-Mullah and the first Arab female astronaut, Noura El Matroushi, who will begin their training in Houston, Texas, in the United States in January. Now, the instructions do include learning how to operate the systems on the International Space Station, performing spacewalks, and training on supersonic jets, and even learning the Russian language. Now, once graduated, all four will qualify for NASA-led missions. Now, it's kind of surprising how they need to learn Russian.
Oh, 100%. Right? Because I feel like at the end of the day, the first training that they undergo is with the Russians, at the Russian Space Center. So they need to know how to speak the language.
And I believe Major Hazal Mansouri did speak fluent Russian as well. And we brought in a future astronaut, you and I, Omnia, who took training back in 2019, 2020. I forgot his name. He was from Sharjah. Shamsi.
Omnia Hanny.
Shamsi. Yes. And he knew Russian as well.
Yeah, he was actually part of the training, or they trained as part of a summer camp at the same center that Major Hazal Mansouri and Sultan Niadi were training at, and they also had to learn a little bit of Russian to be able to communicate with the instructors.
Yeah, I remember he used to speak Russian when I said, give me a couple words, and he was really fluent in it. And I do believe that he might be the future as well. When we did interview him, I believe he was around 16 to 17 years old.
Oh, yes. He is very young. He didn't have his driver's
license.
Nope. He's very young, but definitely very talented and very
smart. An upcoming prospect, a promising one. Let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215, do thoughts, or on our Instagram, @Pulse95Radio. Would you like to become an astronaut? And if you're Emirati, do you feel like this has now become a new milestone, a new goal? I have a lot of Emirati friends who, when they were young, they wanted to be in the military, they wanted to be police officers, but now could being an astronaut be the next milestone. Our text lines are open, but we're taking a short break, and when we come back, we're talking all about Apple and how Omnia is very upset with...
A lot of people are.
So far I've seen Omnia the most upset.
It's been a very long time since we've heard that ringtone, and that basically means
Hello? Yes, Hanny speaking. Omnia? Yeah, she's here. She's upset.
Very upset. Whenever you hear this ringtone, you know we're going to be talking about the iPhone launch, Apple's big launch that happens every single September. Yesterday was the day that a lot of people were waiting for, Hanny being one of them, because it's basically his Tech Valentine's Day. And we're going to be revealing all the different announcements that Tim Cook announced yesterday.
Before, I would like to open the stage for Omnia Saleh to say everything she doesn't like with the Apple event, because...
And I'm going to be objective.
Omnia was very vocal about what she didn't and did like during the Apple event.
Yeah.
And just yesterday, before the show, she was telling me that she might actually upgrade her phone if it's promising, and she does have the iPhone 12 just like me. So I'm still going to upgrade. Omnia has canceled all plans for upgrades. So
not worth a single dirham.
I haven't heard anything from Omnia just yet. Just when we got on the show, she's been a little bit upset, and I am very intrigued to know why. So Omnia, the stage is yours. Welcome to the show.
I'm going to let everyone else decide, okay?
No. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Your opinion matters.
Okay, I will reveal my opinion. First off, honestly, there wasn't much of a change on what Apple launched yesterday. So they came out, Tim Cook came out in his event. I must say that the event looked very seamless. It was great. It was very well put together. He started off by announcing the iPad. There were different versions of the iPad. As we know, we have the iPad mini, we've got the iPad Pro. They were all great advancements in terms of processing unit, in terms of Apple wanting to use their own chips. A big focus yesterday was the fact that almost all of Apple's products are now made from fully recyclable material, which is great to know that whatever devices that you go ahead and trade in, like Hanny wants to basically trade in his iPhone 12 and then buy the iPhone 13. So they actually take apart your phone and use it for the new phones that they manufacture. So that's great. But in terms of new updates to the iPad, Apple Watch, and the iPhone, I'm going to speak on the behalf of the iPhone. It was very disappointing. There was nothing apart from greater memory storage. So they introduced the 1 terabyte phone. Great storage. Not sure who would need this big of a memory space.
Okay.
Apart from using it for the whole iCloud propaganda. Second off, great processing unit. Sounds good. They upgraded to the A15 Bionic chip.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Okay, faster processing, better battery storage. But then what? That's exactly what we got with the iPhone 12 Pro.
Now, tell us about the watch, Omnia. The watch also you're on the fence with. I have
I wanted to
the
upgrade
Apple
the
Series
watch.
4. You have the 5.
No,
you have the 4?
I think I have the 4. Not
Yeah,
sure.
I think we got our watches at the same time.
Yeah, around the same
And
time.
actually, I influenced Omnia and a lot others to get the Apple Watch.
Sama as well.
So tell me the Apple Watch. What didn't you like about it?
The Apple Watch, they didn't have much of upgrades apart from basically they introduced the option or the cycling workout. So if you are big on cycling, the minute you get on your bike and you start cycling, the Apple Watch will detect that alone and ask you to start a workout.
Okay.
Also, if you happen to, God forbid, fall from your bike or get into an accident, especially if you're a cyclist, Apple Watch will automatically enable the whole fall detection feature and inform emergency services as well as your emergency contacts. Bigger screen space, more curvature on the design of the Apple
Curvature. I
Watch.
like that. I like the way it sounds. Right.
On the Apple Watch, but what's new apart from that? Not much.
So do you feel like the event was a little bit rushed? Do you feel
I
like
feel
there was
it
no?
took them a year for this.
You
more
feel
memory.
You feel like there was no effort being put into the new phones. But Omnia, we do know if we compare, right, the iPhone 11 to the iPhone 12, there wasn't maybe distant differences as well. Maybe the only thing that
the
did
battery
differ was the design and the battery as well, just like you said. But I feel at this point in time, Omnia, when we're talking about Apple products, right, they have guaranteed that you will become, or you already, a paying customer. So whatever is thrown at you, you will buy it. Just like me, myself, I am a victim to the Apple, loop.
But don't you think you deserve a new design or new features? Like, we've seen Samsung launch so many. We've seen Huawei, we've seen Xiaomi. Why not Apple? They come out saying, we're the best. We've got the best quality, best technology, most advanced.
Right.
No doubt about that. But when it comes to design, new features, they're kind of lagging.
I'm not defending. I'm just the middle guy right here, right? Omnia, what about the new design? Now we have the new design that was just released last year. They brought back the iPhone 5S, a square type of design, the rectangle shape.
True.
What would you think would be better, as a design quality? I mean,
that was great, bringing it back. It was different.
Less curvature.
Yes. Back with the word.
Yeah, I like the word.
Okay, iPhone 13, nothing different.
Okay.
Look at the design. Oh, I'll tell you what's different. Cameras. You know how on the iPhone 12 we've got 3 cameras?
Yes.
They've cut them down to 2. But these 2 have the capabilities of all 3 or all 4.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. It's just I honestly had I had hope that we would get foldable phones.
Okay.
That went out of the window.
Now, Omnia, do you believe that the iPhone 13 is just a product that is going to fix all the other, problems we had with the iPhone 12 Pro? A lot of people had 5G problems, right?
Yes.
Now, this was Apple's first phone with 5G, the iPhone 12.
Yep.
So do you feel like they're now fixing those problems with the iPhone 13? The A15 Bionic chip, right. I mean, every year they'll do A13, A14, A15, etc. But do you feel like maybe this version of the phone is just,
faster,
perfectioning everything in the past?
Yeah,
because Tim Cook says that this is the best lineup they ever had.
Yeah, he says that about every lineup.
He says that about every lineup, but I mean, 100% I do agree with you on that one. But I do feel like this version of the iPhone, right, is just, smoothing out the edges per se.
I have no doubt about that because when I first got the 12, and a lot of people would agree with
I didn't have 5G for the first 2 weeks. Do you remember?
Yeah, you really struggled with that.
Yes.
I remember we were even talking about 5G technology right here in the UAE, and an expert actually came and told you that this was an ongoing issue with a lot of iPhone users.
Yeah, okay. Now let's talk about price, right? The prices haven't deferred or deterred too much. And we do know with the iPhone 13 Pro battery, it will last an hour and a half longer than the 12 Pro.
Yep.
and the iPhone 13 Pro Max will last 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So we're looking at, more
Better
battery time.
yeah.
And Tim Cook states that it's an all-day battery.
Yep. I have no doubt about that, because with the iPhone 12, when you first get it, yes, that's the case. But then it kind of deteriorates over time.
Let's put looks to the side, Omnia.
Yeah.
Right? We can all say the iPhone 13 is an attractive phone. What would you change internally? What would you like? Would you like a fingerprint scanner?
Oh, that's a different. We didn't mention that. So with the iPad, they actually made the Touch ID from the top.
Yeah.
So that you can have more screen space. They definitely had a big focus on subscription services. So now one of the best news is that for those who are interested in maybe working out from home, Fitness Plus is now available in 15 new countries, and the UAE is actually one of them.
Let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215, do it slot, or on our Instagram at Pulse95
we didn't talk
Radio.
about price point.
Price point, yes, I do believe that the only thing that deferred was, the iPhone 13 and 1 terabyte.
Yes, so they actually didn't remove the iPhone 13 mini. We thought there were lots of rumors that they were going to take that away, but it's still being sold for 2,999 dirhams. The original iPhone 13 will go at a retail price of 3,399. The Pro will go at a price point of 4,199. So there's actually not big of a difference when you compare it to how much we bought the 12 Pro for. And the Pro Max will be priced at 4,699 dirhams.
Let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215, do it slot, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. I personally will get my hands on the new iPhone 13 Pro Max, 512 gigabytes.
That's when we'll hear the real review.
We'll hear the real review.
Yeah.
And we have our friend Kareem as well. He will jump onto it. And I do believe it's a great product. Again, I don't want to have too high expectations, because we know in life when you expect too much, you get little back.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
I love
All
popcorn.
aboard the Polar Express. Have you ever watched that movie, Omnia?
Parts of it.
Polar Express. This
Yes.
was the Christmas
I was just
movie
going to say, like, the highlight.
of my childhood, and I'm going to be giving a quick shout out to my cousin all the way in Miami, Florida, Omar. Right? Me and him, we used to watch the Polar Express every Christmas and drink a hot cup of
Chocolate?
chocolate, yes. And,
We're going to get you the Reese's. Don't worry. Someone is craving chocolate.
sometimes, Omnia, when, nostalgia is very, very important to life.
Oh,
right?
100%.
It gives you that small sense of happiness.
Yep.
And when I feel a little bit down and I want to relive my childhood,
You rewatch old
I'll
movies.
rewatch old movies. But sometimes, Omnia, Netflix doesn't have it all. Sometimes YouTube will have long videos of movies. For example, Atlantis. I used to watch Atlantis a lot
On YouTube?
on YouTube. That had 1 hour and 30 minutes. But
It's not the best quality.
Not the best quality, number one. Number two, I like my videos, my movies, my series with what? Subtitles, right? And
You're a subtitle
I'm a
type
subtitle
of person?
type of guy. I like to read the dialogue with them, and sometimes I would act it.
But wait, subtitles in Arabic?
English.
So you like transcriptions?
I like reading the subtitles. If I don't read the subtitles, I don't enjoy the movie. That's why I don't like going to the movie theater a lot.
Okay.
Yes. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a cure for all your moviegoer needs. Today, we're bringing the app that's going to give you free movies and TV shows for free. Yes, you heard it correct, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Popcorn Time.
Yes, and I love the name of this app because it goes very well with watching movies. Popcorn Time is an application that is available on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, so you can download it on your laptop, on your phone, you name it, and basically browse it just like you would browse a cinema, looking for your favorite movies. You can click on any movie that you want to watch, or if you want to save it for, going to a friend's house, maybe you want to watch it outdoors where you may not have Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and download this application. They have download the movie itself. They have many, many genres: action, thrillers, romance, comedy, adventure.
It is literally the database.
Yeah.
For all types of movies.
Annie is very passionate about this app.
I'm passionate. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people don't know much about this application.
I never heard of it before you mentioned it.
It's really weird because I have all my friends who use it. My sister uses it. My dad uses it. A lot of people use it because it is so convenient. And you have, I keep reminding you of subtitles, but it has subtitles in over 100 languages.
Wow.
So
any movie, language is not a barrier.
Yesterday, Omnia, or before yesterday, I watched Catch Me If You Can. Do you know the movie?
No.
It is amazing.
Really?
And it's a movie that was produced.
Is it a comedy?
It's not a comedy. It's a thriller crime type of movie. It has the young Leonardo DiCaprio. And the movie dates back to 2002, right? And I had 1080p HD quality.
Wow.
Right? Picture perfect quality. And even it does show young Tom Hanks as well. And the movie was great. It was awesome. And I enjoyed it. And I was like, man, I don't know how people don't know this app so much, right? You know, I mean, it's not like illegal streaming.
Yeah.
Right? It is completely for free.
It's an app. It's a standalone app.
And it's on the Google Play Store as well.
Yes. So it does not matter what type of phone you have or what type of laptop. You can go ahead and download this application. And, you know, it's completely legal to use it. What I really like about this app is that you have movies on the go wherever you are. You don't have to spend a single dirham to have some form of enjoyment. And with the weekend coming up, it is the perfect way to spend your weekend. Just download the application, pick any movie you want, and go ahead and enjoy your time. Let us know, 4215 do it Salat, or slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. What is your favorite genre of movies?
Or what is your all-time favorite movie? When it does come, my all-time favorite movie, Omni, is a movie that has horrible reviews.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I love comedy.
It's called SWAT. SWAT.
Oh my God. You're a thriller.
It's an action.
lover.
It's an action movie. It's a 2003 action movie, and it was one of the movies that made me love action.
Okay.
Now, this movie, actually, Omnia, I watched it with my dad back in 2003. I've watched it over 14 times.
Oh,
I love the movie so much. It brings back so many good memories. I love the actors, young Samuel L. Jackson, young Colin Harris. So many good actors that, you know.
I feel like we're turning into another episode of Afternoon Kara.
But again, it was so many, so it gave me, you know, those nostalgia moments. All-time favorite movie, regardless of what anyone says, SWAT, SWAT. All-time favorite young children's movie when I was a child is Atlantis, The Lost City.
Well, let us know what are yours. Share with us.
You didn't tell us yours.
Oh, it's hard to pick. I can't think of anyone at the moment, or any specific movie at the moment.
I'm very big on movies. I would watch movies
comedy.
alone. I have, a cinema right next to my house, walking distance.
Okay.
Right? When Deadpool was first released, I had exams and I wasn't able to go out with my friends.
So you went to watch the movie?
I was the only one in the movie theater.
Oh my
It was 12 a.m. Only one in the movie theater. You know, I love movies. Let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215 do it Slots, or on our Instagram at Pulse 95 Radio. Keep Pulse 95 locked because we got a lot in store for y'all.
How do you tech? How do you tech?
We need an emergency siren for this story because it's basically a PSA from Apple saying that everyone having or owning any Apple device needs to go ahead and update.
What do you mean?
You've got many skills.
That is the sound of a siren.
Yeah, basically.
That was the sound of a policeman telling you to go on the right-hand side because you're under arrest for security threats.
Basically, we've got some security threats with Apple because if you have an iPhone, an iPad, a MacBook, an Apple Watch, you name it, you need to go ahead and update it right away. Because to catch you up, basically, there is a spyware known as Pegasus. I'm sure it's not the first time because it actually arose back in 2016. It caused a lot of issues, and for the longest time, Apple devices were safe and sound from this spyware. But now there are fears that this spyware is only targeting iPhone users. And you know what's the worst part about it? You don't have to do anything. Like usually with malicious content, you click a link, you answer a text message, you call up someone, you answer a phone call. That's how the spyware gets downloaded on your phone. With this one, you won't even know that it's on your phone. Basically, it will sit in your phone or on your phone for the longest time, captures all your data, looks at your messages, listens to phone calls. It's basically called the zero-click remote execution malware. So that basically means cyber criminal would install it on your device without needing a single move from your side, and they have access to everything.
Now, the attack, just like the one Omnia mentions, are highly sophisticated. They cost millions of dollars to develop and often have a short shelf life and are used to target special individuals. So when they use such a hack, it's for specific people, obviously, because they spent millions of dollars for it.
Nowadays, it's been targeting journalists mostly and human rights advocates.
Yeah, I mean, now Apple did release that urgent update on Monday, and it does plug a hole in the iMessage software that allowed hackers to infiltrate a user's iPhone without the user clicking any links. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the firm that created this, obviously, it was backed by people that aren't that great, and they wanted to, exploit a lot of journalists and look for information that, have a heads up.
Yeah. And,
I don't want to get into it a lot, but the thing is, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
because
either.
the whatever government is backing these hackers, they're backing it because this government is actually under fire.
Yes, and they actually need information from certain individuals.
Yes.
Apart from all the politics, you may think, I'm not a journalist, I'm not someone who's under fire. Why do I have to go ahead and update my phone? Well, because security experts do say that every regular user may be targeted by this. And it takes a single tap on your settings, go to General, Software Update, you'll find 14.8, just download it. But I must say, it will cause some issues on your phone.
So far, Omnia has some bad issues. I haven't updated it yet. My dad has updated. I will be asking him tonight. But
not big issues, but like apps forget who you are, so you have to log in again. Google Maps, something went wrong with it. It does not recenter when you use it now.
Now, with these type of, Omnia was saying, but these are targeting specific individuals. Why me?
Yeah.
Well, because once the door is open, once there's a creak in the crack, right? A lot of other hackers will try to mimic and try to, master whatever plan or whatever hack was used to get into it.
True.
Now,
and you may know someone who these people are interested in. So one of the people that were affected by this attack was actually the mobile phone of the wife of a slain Mexican journalist. So the wife must have said, why me? The journalist didn't know that he was wanted, but
yeah. Now, again, we're looking at how, with these type of hacks, it become very vulnerable and people don't want it. And especially now, Apple actually pays, well-known hackers to try and hack into their systems. And,
their slogan is it's privacy. That's what they want to keep. Yeah.
I mean, again, when it does come to privacy, or let's say security in general, privacy and security are two different things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about security. iPhones are very, secure. They will have every couple of years, a creak, and some people will get into it. But let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215 Dur Salat, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Did you update your iPhone yet or not?
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
What's wrong with the anger today?
Jack Dorsey, calm down, brother. Right? We need to understand that, hey, you can't keep pushing things down our throats. Now, for those who don't know, Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, CEO and founder of the app that we love, or an app that I started to hate, Twitter.
Hate is a big word. What's wrong?
I don't like it anymore, but they have began testing communities, which is a new feature for connecting people with mutual interests. Now, the new feature is similar to Facebook groups.
Yep.
And, I feel like Twitter, it feels a little bit left out.
Yep.
Right?
They do.
And we feel left out too as Twitter users, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Jack Dorsey, forget the groups, forget the fleets, give us voice notes in our DMs.
You've been talking about wanting this feature for
Everyone has been
year
talking.
now. Yeah.
It's been ever since the beginning of time.
Basically.
Because, what kind of instant messaging service gives you no option to voice note, right?
True.
And I feel like Twitter's app is a little bit, slow in comparison to others, Yes, it works smoothly, but I feel like...
Slow to bring new features, or slow in processing?
Slow in processing, Now, Twitter did announce Wednesday it is testing a new feature called Communities that will allow users to talk about certain topics with others who do share the same interests.
Yes, indeed. So, as a user, if you join a community, let's say maybe you'll join the Twitter community that talks about food, you can go, all of you can go ahead and tweet specifically to the people in your community as opposed to all of your followers. So it literally functions just like a Facebook group would. And only people within your community will be able to reply to those tweets. If someone is outside this community, they won't even be able to see this tweet. So I think, unlike Twitter's competitors, having this tweet within the community will... we misunderstood that. So if you tweet within that community, the tweet will be available to everyone.
It's like lists, Omnia.
Anyone can view it, but only those within the community will be able to quote the tweet, report the tweet, or even reply to the tweet. Like, what's the point?
It's dumb. It's like lists, Omnia, but they renamed it. So lists before, let's say we have Omnia, Abdul Karim, Ahmed, and Rania, for example. I just said the Morning Majors team, right? And I like what Omnia, Ahmed, and Abdul Karim tweet all the time, and I follow all four of them.
Okay.
So I'll put Omnia, Abdul Karim, Ahmed in one list, right? And Rania will still be following. I'll still be following Rania.
Not in the list.
But she'll not be in the list. So if I want to see what these three are doing, in the left-hand corner of my app, there will be a column called lists. So I'll click on it, and I'll only see tweets by you three. It's the same concept with groups.
Yeah, basically. Communities.
Yeah.
Twitter communities.
See how you feel like, yuck.
Like, what's the point?
What's the point? Renaming, rebranding, that is what Twitter has been trying to do. They've been trying to get new users. It's been failing miserably. But again, I don't feel like Twitter is going on the right path. Their business model is shabam bam.
Okay, let's talk about the pioneers of communities. So the first Twitter communities that were launched focused on dogs. I think that would be one of my favorites. Weather.
Yeah, it's a dog.
You do know we're speaking into a mic.
Yeah.
Wearing headphones.
You're scared of dogs now?
No, but actually I don't like dogs.
That was my dog, Smokey.
It's a cat.
No, Mimo's my cat.
That's why I hate dogs. Except one dog. Our videographer, Gabby Malouli's dog, Pickle, he's my favorite. Anyways.
I love pickles.
Another pioneer of communities, the new Twitter feature was communities about skincare, astrology, you name it. But they wanted to basically create kind of like the brother and sister of Clubhouse. So communities will have moderators who can invite other Twitter users into their groups. And Twitter is hoping that they're going to be allowing more people to create more communities in the coming time.
Yes, let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215 or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. But coming up, we have the halftime show, the only place to be at 3 with the man himself, Omar Ad-Douri. And we'll be signing off going to our spaceship future talk, all the technology good stuff.
Oh my God.
We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, only here on Pulse
95.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.